So today in our gardens, it is raining and it's actually quite chilly for this time of year. So I thought today would be the perfect time to show you a tour of our greenhouse. The greenhouse we put in about 2 years ago, and really it serves a lot of purposes for our family. First, in the winter, we grow food in here. It's also an escape from the cold. We do live in an area that gets snow and sometimes dark and chilly winters, depending on the year. And also it was a place that we could start our seeds in the spring. So it has multiple purposes. A few months ago for my birthday, I asked my husband if he would be willing to put a koi pond in here. I asked for a small koi pond, but he surprised me with a much larger one that I wasn't expecting, and it has turned into such an oasis in here for us. I actually call it Peace Pond because if I'm having a hard day, this is definitely the place that I want to be. So I just want to take you on a tour today, and I hope you enjoy it and you're able to get out in the garden where you are today. So the first thing you see when you walk through the door is some black-eyed Susan vines that I have started. They are really sensitive to the cold. So I decided to start them in here just to get a quick start on them. So they're a little more full and grown up by the time I put them outside. And here is my pride and joy plant. This is a gigantic philodendron that I named Monty after Monty Don. I can't wait to show you guys this. Look at those stalks on this thing are absolutely gigantic. And I really think it's cool how the leaves unfurl on these. And it does bloom. You guys can see right here, that's a bloom that will open. When I got this philodendron, it was literally just a house plant. And once I moved it out here into the greenhouse, it just took over. It's kind of hard to tell on a video, but this is literally the size, I'd say, of a small car. I'm not even kidding. But he's done really well in this space, and he just It's so cool every time I come in here that we are able to grow a tropical plant this big. Over here, we just have a sweet little spot to hang out next to the koi pond. And then my husband and I built this arbor because I wanted the greenhouse to not feel like one big open space. I wanted it to have sort of like these little hidden oases like that you could go through, almost like a secret garden would be. Planted on here is passion vine, and as you can see, it likes its life in the greenhouse, and then it just created this tunnel. On the ground, I want to put down some dirt and plant moss in here. I just think that would be really neat. There's a fountain in here and a fern. And then you can kind of choose which way you go. If you go this way, it goes to the seed propagation area. That if you go this way, there's more plants, of course. Well, let's go this way first. Over here, I brought some of these coleuses in from my gardens last year at the end of the year, and they were just really small little plants. I basically brought in some that weren't doing that great, and as you can see, they have completely taken over this bed. Over here you have another view of the pond. And then here I have some seed starting stations. Above it, I do have some artificial grow lights, which you may be surprised by since I have a greenhouse, but believe it or not, we do have several dark days in Pennsylvania where the plants just don't get enough light. So when I start seeds, I like to have those for that reason. Here's another plant that I overwintered. This is a bloodleaf plant, and it is so cool. Look at the stalks on this thing. They're this bright pink, and I just think the leaves are just so beautiful. They're very different, but I will tell you what, this is a really vigorous grower. So I also brought in these impatiens at the end of the year last year, and it's kind of swallowing them. You can see them down in there. And I have cut back this bloodleaf actually 2 times now, I think, since last year, and it just keeps getting massive. Side note to watch for the side of the road for cool things that people are throwing out because someone put this out, they didn't want it anymore. And I just thought this owl planter was so adorable. I haven't put a plant in it yet, but I got him for free. I also hung some ferns up in here. I'd like to get more too. They do not like being in here in the summer. It gets too hot for them, so I do hang them up on my porch, but I would like to fill in this area with more ferns and things like that, and then I'll just hang them outside in the summer. In this bed, we have some dahlias growing up, and of course, as I told you, some of the garden decor that I have outside normally makes its way in here for protection over the winter, and so we get to enjoy it all year round. So my son named the koi fish Ludo and Sarah. If you know what that's from, then you're amazing. But for those of you who are not big Jim Henson fans, it is from the movie Labyrinth. So we hope to get Hoggle and some of the other characters too, but he loves that movie, and so don't I. So that's what we named our koi fish, and we just really love this space. It was a pretty difficult build. The stones that were put in here were all lifted by hand, and they were extremely heavy. Of course, we had to dig a giant hole in the middle of a building, so that was a challenge, but it has been worth all of the DIY hard work for sure. We did want this to be a place that everyone could enjoy, so we built this little train table for my son, and it's got a little farm with farm animals, and he can dig in the mulch. He loves this. We spend a lot of time out here playing. friends, thank you so much for spending some time with me in my indoor jungle. If you'd like to see more videos, please hit that subscribe button, and I hope you have a wonderful day that includes at least a little bit of garden time. I'll see you next time. Bye.